welcome my friend Bill Kucha as the very first artist in residence at Fields of Peace. As a painter and sculptor, he is recognized nationally for the compelling beauty of his vision and also its depth and message. Here on the Oregon coast, where he and his wife Dorothy live, he is also known for a lifetime of activism, his raised voice for peace and for Mother Earth. I have heard it said that war is a failure of imagination. We at Fields of Peace are establishing an artist in residency program because we want to keep company with and catch the spirit of those who live imagination, are artists. Sculptors, painters, musicians, singers, dancers, filmmakers, poets. Welcome, Bill Kucha.
Hello, folks. My name's Bill Kucha, and this is a painting I recently completed called 600 Years. It's going to be the focus of my talk with you. About 6 years ago, I came to a clear understanding through my research and study of science of the deep trouble we as Earth are in and the urgent need to help heal us. That realization brought about my activism. I found I could no longer participate in a consumer economy that is murderous to most every living thing on Earth without speaking up. So I took some of the energy that had been dedicated to my habitual lifestyle with its complacency and overconsumption and began dedicating it, my money and time, to serve the Earth. I'd like to share now a little bit about my art and where I've come from with my work. Having been a visual artist my entire life and smitten by the beauty of our Earth, I dedicated my life's work to representing it through my art, painting. That afforded me not only with a livelihood, but lots of joy and a certain kind of fulfillment. The slideshow is in no particular order chronologically. I have always switched the genre of my painting year to year. However, in the early days of my career, I exclusively painted from life, whether in plein air or still life in the studio. As I matured as an artist, my interior life became more important and my work became more psychological. Even though I supported myself and family through the sales of my work, it has always been primarily a tool of exploration and discovery. For me, painting, as well as the other forms of art I dabble in, are medicine that feeds me and heals me. With the exception of painting, I consider myself an amateur, a word derived from the Latin amor, to love. I do it for the love of it. It is my hope that you too might embrace that amateur spirit and enjoy liberating the expressions in your heart through whatever form you choose. This panel is the second panel of 600 Years. It represents the turmoil I was witnessing all around me and inside myself, the frightening state of civilization in 2020. One of the functions of art is to be able to take one out of their context in which they live but cannot see. Civilization, our context for over 5,000 years, has been the water, so to speak, that humanity has been swimming in but cannot see. Art can take me out of that water in order to see myself more clearly, who I am and what I do. In other words, art can offer us a kind of truth about ourselves. Sometimes this truth can be a hard thing to look at and see. Consequently, it isn't seen or accepted. With this, I offer you self-portrait a kind of mirror, me and you. This old world tapping on my shoulder, this old world making me bolder to stand up and speak out before it's too late. Stand up for the stands of trees that clean our air and give us ease of breathing and drinking clean water. Speak out for the land that's been poisoned by chemical wars, that's been chosen by men in black suits who lost their reason. Lost their reason of making money, being greedy, and that ain't funny. Pissing in the river and following the air, and that's not fair. Not fair to the fish and the sea, to the birds and the bees and you and me. What the heck's going on? Something gone wrong. Now what am I gonna do about this mess? Put down my foot, give it my best, lift my voice, and I won't rest till what's wrong is gone. A lot less spending, reducing my consuming, renew the land I've been abusing, conserve the resources, serve the people, recycle my heart and make it a steeple, a church for my body, my mind, and my soul. I swear before I grow too old, the desert will bloom and the rivers will flow with clean water, and everybody'll know to love, just love each other and all living things and all the good that it brings to love. Ooh, just plain love. About 2 years ago or more, the idea for 600 years came to me. I dreamed about it for over a year. Then I made this small sketch in colored pencil. It's about 4 inches by 2. That was a year ago. The following are pages taken from my sketchbook. As you can see, a lot of writing went into the process. I have found that one art form can inform another, so I combined them. In the case of 600 years, not only did I use writing to describe and develop my thoughts, but actually incorporated some words into the body of the work. So 600 years exists as a kind of hybrid between a painting and a book. I also use my music, dance, and prayer to help inspire and manifest imagery. Now let's return to the painting proper. First, I'd like to give you an overview of my plans for presenting 600 years. 600 years of what? The painting represents 600 years of history of Western culture, especially as it pertains to the USA. It goes back to the start of the Industrial Revolution some 300 years ago, and then 300 years into the future as I see it unfolding. I think of this chronological work as a vertical altar, a prayer, if you will, a two-dimensional manifestation of a dream that's been on the lips of humanity since the beginning of civilization, where the idea of war was born. Civilization with its notions of ownership, property, commodities, separation, dominance, money, extraction, exploitation, and the very idea of seeing oneself as a god and having a pyramid built to honor you, providing you are brutal enough and can terrorize your fellow citizens to become your slaves. But that's another story we'll get to later. For now, let me simply explain how the painting is divided and what I hope to tell you regarding each of the 4 panels. This venture will take place over the course of a year. In 2 months from now, I will present an in-depth look at the first panel, Pre-Industrial America, followed by in late spring to the present day, the second panel, Colonial America. In the fall, we will discuss the third panel called The Great Turning. And finally, in the winter, we'll address the fourth panel, which is America and the world seen 300 years from now, and what will have had to have transpired for life on Earth, not only to survive climate change, but indeed thrive. My activism brought me together with loving, caring folks. As our friendship deepened, so too did our effectiveness grow. This painting 600 years is my first venture into social political painting per se. I feel like my art can and should play an important role in my activism, along with letters to the editor, addressing governmental bodies, civic talks, volunteering in schools, community organizing, etc. However, I have found and seen the single most important thing one can do in regards to climate change is to be an example to your community by doing what you are talking about. Walking your talk, as they say. Just plain love. Perhaps even the larger existential threat to us all is the institution of war. And this brings me to my collaboration with Fields of Peace, whose vision statement asks for nonviolent solutions to conflict, which necessarily includes the ending of war. And their mission statement, too, demands the stopping of killing of children in modern-day warfare. Children are killed along with other innocent civilians at a rate of 9 civilians to 1 combatant. The time of warfare is over as we move into the planetary era of Earth and out of the Empire Age, begun 5,000 years ago, with so-called civilization. I'm not dismissing civilization entirely, naturally. It has brought us a wonderful and magical kind of life. We live like kings and queens, but we need to ask ourselves, at what expense? We humans have been dominated and inherited a system which no longer serves us, but is destroying us along with all the rest of the earth. Faced with this enormous challenge to end war and help bring peace and healing over the entire world has brought me to my knees in tearful prayer, asking for strength and direction. 600 years is a two-dimensional manifestation of that dream, both wonderful and terrible. I've come to the point of needing a truth and reconciliation with myself. I need to see for myself who I am. Who is this person? We am. What are we doing? Even though the painting 600 years is the focus of our discussion here, this offering is meant to inspire the artist within you. To me, art in whatever form is essentially not a commodity to be bought or judged as to its value. Art is a personal and private expression stemming from our need to communicate with ourselves and others. Given this, I consider everyone to be an artist of one sort or another and need only to be brave and patient enough to create it and offer that gift to themselves and others. I wanted to thank you all for your time and interest in this and spending the day with me. Valentine's Day, a day of the heart, a good place to start this, I think. At the end of this video, there's a page where you can put your email and a place where you can contact us and leave a message as to how we might continue our discussion together. Maybe we'll Zoom or blog or create a gallery where we can share each other's work. Finally, I'm going to leave you with a little video, another music video. And I just want to thank you so much. Namaste and be well.
blackness with the stars. Blue, green, and free is what we are. What do you say? We take a break and leave this old world alone. Stop digging in their bones and listen to her moan and hear what the water says. With the skies in our eyes, let's say goodbye to all those damn cell phones. Let the smoke settle, let's stir the kettle of our loving, caring hearts. Free, free to do these deeds. We're all what each other could ever need. So just sit back, 'cause we're all in the black with the dirt and the air we breathe. It's so easy, let's get busy with being who we really are. No need for those wars now, don't be a bore. Open your heart, your door and more. The time is now, the place is here. Strike up the band. Free, free, do the dance. Come on now, give peace a chance. It's a chance we've just gotta take. Look into your hearts for heaven's sake. Floating in the blackness with the stars. Blue, green, and free is what we are. Yeah, we're free, free, free. We all have a choice. And we're free and all have a voice. So come on now, let's make this change before our souls are too far out of range. Floating in the blackness with the stars. Blue, green, and free is what we are. We are stars, so shine.
Yeah, everybody can do every little bit that they do to conserve and to reduce helps.